So you want to make $10,000 per month online, but you have no idea where to start. Maybe you're 65 and you're about to retire and you have 40 years of knowledge and you don't want to just work your typical job at Walmart or scroll on Reels for the rest of your life. Perhaps you're about to finish college and you don't want to go down the traditional 9-to-5 route. You don't want to have a boss and you want to have freedom over what you do. Maybe you just want to side hustle to complement your main income. The method I'm about to show you doesn't cost any money and it doesn't take that much time, and if it does work out, it could be the key to your dream life. It's actually the same model that I followed at the age of 26. Now, I'm an extremist, so I decided to sell everything I own, move to Vietnam, and then start this. But the blueprint that I followed, you can literally do it right now at your desk with a phone or computer. The cool thing about this is there's so many people online doing it, and they're very successful at it. And no, it's not oversaturated because there's so many different routes that you could take with this. And I work in marketing, and a lot of the people that are running million-dollar businesses started here, and that's how they grew their business. So let's get into it. Step one is finding your product or service. I recommend ChatGPT for this, so let's start there. And you want to think about something profound that has really impacted your life, or perhaps something that you feel that you're an expert in. So let's think about what that could be. It could be you lost 50 pounds. You've made a new diet, you followed an exercise plan, and you yourself lost 50 pounds. Perhaps you have a garden in your backyard and you've become really good at being self-sustaining and growing your own food. Perhaps you're good at setting up iPhone cameras and you've gotten really good at taking excellent photos online. Whatever it is that you feel might be meaningless to other people, again, there's so many people on this earth, they want your specialized knowledge. They don't want to spend the time and the effort and the hours and years that you put in learning this skill if they could just learn from you within an hour. So here's the script right here. Now, you don't have to copy and paste it or take a screenshot. I did link it below in this video. And the first thing you might notice is, wow, I'm gonna be selling this for $3,000 to $10,000 or a subscription model. So we're gonna break down the psychology of money, because you might laugh and think nobody in their right mind is gonna spend that amount of money to have the skill that you have. And that's where you're wrong. I thought the same thing at the age of 26. Nobody's going to buy my product. Nobody's gonna care. And I started selling it at a $3,000 price point after I followed these other steps. And I was so surprised how many people wanted this. It was a skill that I acquired over the last 2 years in my early 20s. And once I started talking about it online, I had a lot of customers. A lot of clients wanted this. So when you think that the price point is too high, I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna show you why you're wrong. Now, step number 2 is gonna be the creation of your product or service. Now that you have the idea, you know what you're gonna be selling, you wanna package it into how people are actually gonna buy it. Now you have a few options. You can do high ticket digital coaching, mentorship, a done with you program, which is what I did, consulting, or you can start a community. And of course, you can just have a digital course that you can sell. I like to go with more of a hybrid model, and your business might actually transfer into a hybrid model. So I started off selling a done with you coaching program for $3,000. And then what I learned is a lot of people kept coming back for more. So I started a community. So it was a $3,000 high ticket coaching where they would learn the skill, and then we would move them into a community, so a subscription model. Now again, this is your specialized knowledge, and you might be thinking, again, nobody's gonna buy it, but I promise you they will. Think about someone that has IBS. They have severe stomach problems, and every day for the last 10 years, they've been dealing with these issues. I guarantee that person would spend $10,000 if you are the one that solved your own IBS issues and you created a diet and a supplement list to have all of those issues fixed forever. If you could package that into a coaching course, I promise you people will spend that money to have that information. Now, the setup to this, you might be thinking this is going to be a lot of work, but it's really not. All I did for my high dollar coaching course for $3,000 was a PowerPoint. I put my knowledge that I've gained into a short PowerPoint. So it was a few weeks long where I showed people exactly how to follow the steps that I followed to get the results that I had. And then after that, they moved on into a community. Now, step number 3 is getting clients. One of the most important things. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. You're going to go through all your phone contacts, email contacts, past employers, friends, families, social media contacts, everything. And trust me on this, it's going to be your lowest hanging fruit. These are people that already know you and trust you. Now you might say, hold on, I don't want to be charging my friends and family $3,000. Don't worry, you're not going to have to do that. You're actually going to be giving that away for free. You might say, why am I giving it away for free when I'm trying to grow a business? Well, number one, nobody knows you yet. Number two, you haven't tested your new product or service. And number three, you need to start getting criticism to perfect it so you can gain confidence when you actually bring it to market. So these first couple clients you have, maybe 3 or 10 clients, you're going to give it away for free. And you can send a message like, hey, I just started this new business. I would love to show you what it is, and I'll give it to you for free. You can go through my program. I just want to hear your criticism, and I want to document your progress. And this is where you can get your testimonials, and really it's going to give you the confidence to see, I changed 5 or 10 people's life, or I helped 5 people learn how to grow a garden, and they were extremely happy with it, but they had a few criticisms from me, so I went back and changed it up to perfect it. So now I'm ready to bring it to market, and I have full confidence when people start coming to me that I can actually help them and give them this education to make their life better. Now after this stage, we move to step 4. This is where you're going to start reaching the global market. You have your product, you have your product or service or a subscription, whatever it is. You're confident because you already had 5 people that had success. And again, if they didn't, then you go back to the drawing board and go for another business and you try again with those 5 to 10. Now the cool part about this is if it doesn't work, you just go back to the drawing board. You take that GPT script and you start a new business and you follow those steps again, try it on 5 to 10 people. And if it does work, when those 5 or 10 people say, wow, this was great, it helped me, now you're ready to go to step 4 and bring it to the market. So now on stage 4 is where we're going to be reaching a massive audience. You want to get your Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube prepared. I would focus on these 3 social media platforms as they're going to be your greatest hits. Again, I run a marketing company and these 3 platforms are the most powerful. At this stage, you want to keep it extremely simple. You could put a calendar link in your bio. You could put an email or maybe even make a simple landing page on how people can contact you. You do not need to go deep into the complexities of marketing at this stage. And trust me, I know how deep it can go. I've run a marketing agencies for national brands, celebrities, local mom and pop shops. And with all the automations, website, SEO, email text marketing, meta ads, and Google ads, it gets very complex super fast. So again, at this stage, before you made your first dollar, keep it simple. Now, at this stage is where you're just sharing your information, sharing value. My first successful business, after all the other businesses that failed, my first successful business was based off of TikTok. I grew it to 50,000 followers, simply sharing my knowledge. And those 50,000 followers is what grew to a 20, 30,000 per month company that still runs to this day. It was solely built off of that TikTok channel. I didn't spend a single dollar. The next business, the one I have now, the marketing company, first started from my Instagram, my personal Instagram. 70,000 followers. Again, just sharing marketing knowledge that I learned, that I developed along the way. And now your first video might not go viral, and your 100th video might not go viral either. But at this point in the game, it doesn't matter. You can make money with just 200 YouTube subscribers because you're growing a very niche market. You're calling out individuals that are only interested in what you are selling. So if you're teaching people how to play basketball better, that's the audience that you're attracting, and that's the audience that might eventually move to your paid service if they like who you are, trust who you are, and they love the information that you're giving out for free every day on the social media platforms. And you never know, I've seen a lot of new accounts actually go viral right off the bat with their first video. And quick note, what anyone says, go make content. You might be worried about what friends and family think about you, and you might get some negative comments like, what is he doing? Why is he making these videos? But when you get your first sale, and it's $3,000, $5,000, $6,000, or you grow a community of 100 people paying you $99 per month, you'll have your answer. Now, of course, this is a very simple 4-stage blueprint, and you can go much deeper into the actual complexities of marketing, building email lists, creating free offers out there in the world. But if you're sitting there right now watching this video and you don't know what to do, You might be looking at working a 9-to-5 job after college. You might be just retired at 65 trying to figure out what to do. You hate your job, or you just want a side hustle. You want to travel, you want freedom. Whatever it is, this simple 4-stage process might be the key to make that life possible. It doesn't cost money. It will just take up some of your time, but it could possibly be one of the greatest decisions that you've ever made. And remember, if you're selling a product for $3,000, $4,000, you only need 3 people to buy that product or service to hit that $10,000 per month mark. And if you're selling a high-end consulting product for $10,000, you need 1 single sale online. You have an audience of 8 billion people on social media, and you only need to sell a few high-ticket items to reach your goal. Now, trust me when I say starting is the hardest part. Trying to get over the fear of what people will say, what people will do, and if you'll fail. But all I can tell you is that you have 1 single life, 1 spin around the world, and you don't want to live with the regret of not trying something so simple that could change your life. I've been an entrepreneur now for over 10 years, and during that time I haven't worked a normal job. And if I can do it, I promise that you can too. In my early 20s, I thought I had no knowledge, I lacked the confidence, but I had a dream of freedom and never having a boss. And I made it happen. I added the script below that you guys can click. It'll take you to the exact script that I formulated for you guys. And who knows, it might be the key to your dream life. Take it and give it a try. What's the worst that can happen? You make $10K in 2 months and you spend a couple hours working on it.